Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. The Vienna opening starts with knight c3, which defends the e4 pawn and controls the d5 square. By delaying knight f3, white keeps the option of playing f2, f4. Knight f6 develops the knight, attacks the pawn on e4, and controls the d5 square. f4 takes space in the center, attacks the pawn on e5, and prepares to develop the knight behind the f-pawn. d5 takes space in the center, attacks the e4 pawn, and allow the light-squared bishop to develop. F takes e5 captures the e5 pawn and attacks the knight on f6. Knight takes e4 captures the pawn on e4 and attacks the knight on c3. Queen f3 develops the queen and attacks the knight. This permits the opponent to capture a knight and win material after the follow-up trades. Taking that knight will win material for you after the follow-up trades. You take back. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. That was an even swap of material. Recaptures. There was only one good move and you found it. Good job stepping in to defend your pawn. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. The only move and you found it. Using a pin to defend helps to protect your piece. This moves the bishop to safety. Good job, that's what I would have played too. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This moves your bishop to a safer square. Black develops the bishop and attacks the center. This is the only move that works, and you found it. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. Nice, definitely the right move. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. Yes, this is the way. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. With that move, you chase the bishop away. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. Good thinking to bring out more pieces into the game. This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a bishop. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. A very strong play. Your rooks can work together now. Right on target. Your rook is now developed, bringing all pieces to the board. This offers an equal trade of pieces. You are forcing your opponent to isolate a pawn. Takes back. Good job, that's what I would have played too. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. Nice, definitely the right move. Very precise. Yes, this is the way. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. Nice, definitely the right move. One of the best moves. This is a fine move. This is the strongest option. Well done, an excellent move. This allows the knight to control more squares. This move makes your piece much more effective. This is a fair move. This is the way to win material. This move puts the rook on a safer square. Nice fork, you'll be winning material. This steps away from the checking knight. You won material by capturing that rook. Recaptures. Good job defending that pawn. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. Your rooks are connected, which helps them work together. A solid choice. This move challenges their rook for control of the file. A very strong play. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. This is an equal trade. Recapturing. This wins a bishop. Yes, this is the way. That was a free bishop. You can win a pawn with a fork. Very nice. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. You captured that free pawn. This evades the check from the rook. You found a safer square for your rook. Right on target. Good job, that's what I would have played too. The bishop is on its way to a better position. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. This captures a pawn and eliminates a threat. You captured back. The pawn is now adequately defended. You trade off equal material. One of the best moves. Good job defending that rook. Putting the piece on a blockade square. Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. A solid choice. You escape the check from the knight. This removes the attacking pawn. Nice, definitely the right move. A very strong play. You captured a free knight. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This wins a bishop. There were worse moves, but also something much better. You won a bishop for free. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This evades the check from the rook. Your move gets closer to checkmate, pushing a passed pawn. You continue the checkmate attack. Very precise. You did it. Nice checkmate.